Have you ever attended therapy and what are your opinions on it? And damn, MJ told me to get my ass in therapy too, so after the suicide of my best friend and me finding him, that shit was fucked up. Oh my God, that shit was so fucking traumatic. Like, and I've been through some crazy shit. But after that shit, I took my ass to a therapist and it was the most painful, fucked up, you know, but it was so like, and I know I need to go back. I need to go back because there are obviously unresolved ass issues and traumas that that shit. But it's a defense mechanism to keep shit up and like, okay, girl, I got it. I'm in control when you're not. So therapy is painful, but I know that it will benefit me. So I'm slowly inching my ass toward the therapist's ass office. But girl, for those of you who know what therapy is, y'all know that shit is. Them hoes uproot everything that you try to hide from. Like, they go in, okay? And that's why I think I need it. That's why I think, you know, all jokes aside, it would definitely benefit me. But I just, whew, I'm terrified right now. That's the state I'm in right now. I'm terrified. And researching them hoes and finding the right one, all that shit's so fucked up. And then money involved, all that. It's a lot, but my opinion is that it can definitely benefit me and anyone else who finds the courage to take their ass. So if you feel like you need to take your ass, take your ass. I have a question. Are mixed race people considered black? My mother's black and my father's Hispanic. All my life I heard you ain't really black. Well, that's really fucked up that you heard that all your life. I'm so sorry. But you are a mixed race person, so you are black and you are Hispanic. That's what you identify as. So, I mean, you are black. So it's like I don't know why people do that to biracial people. Like, they identify as both races, girl, if that's what they say. So, like, girl, I don't understand it. Don't listen to them, sis. You clearly defined yourself in this question, and that's exactly who you are. My question is, what do you think of all these conscious people who can't even get along? All they do is talk in circles, and yet they're not making any actual change. Do you think that they'll meet the goal without unification? That's a hard question, because, I mean, we'll think about the most common thing, the most common one that rises up in everybody's thought. MLK and Malcolm, they had very different methods and ideologies and disagreed with each other sometimes. But the end goal was still the same. I mean, families don't even agree all the time, so you can't expect intellectuals to. The goal should still remain the same though, and I think the danger is in what you said, where they talk in circles. A lot of intellectuals, a lot of people, they like to just talk in circles. They like to have this circle jerk with each other and show off their fucking intellect. And the message is not going to the fucking people who need it. The people who need it aren't the fucking academics and intellects. You know what I mean? The people who need it do not have access to the same resources, so that's who we should be really making sure are elevated. But a lot of people just want to show off. A lot of people want to feel like they're doing something and not actually doing something. So yeah, I understand. So that's what I consider the real danger. Hey Adrian, how do you deal with family or friends who are homophobic, colorist, or sexist? And is it wrong to cut them off instead of explaining your point of view? You know, I take it on a case-by-case basis. There are some family members, as I said on Twitter, who are breathing and they dead to me. And that's just, it is what it is. I take it on a case-by-case basis. I can take it on how your relationship is with me. Is it worth salvaging? Did you put me through hell and now you expect me to fucking coddle you through my fucking experience while also dealing with the trauma that you gave me? Bullshit. I cut holes off if I feel like that will save my mental health, girl. I will cut you. I don't give a fuck if we blood. I'll cut you off. You ain't about to shit on my existence and I'm just gonna take it. That's not it. 2 questions. How do you read an ain't shit nigga? You read them from the heart and with the T, with intuition. You read them with intuition because you can never go wrong with that. The second question. I identify as a bisexual woman. However, I have had more male partners than women. Sometimes I feel like I'm lying to myself even though I know I'm attracted to women. How do I deal with this not gay enough feeling? I think that comes from society. A lot of times that brainwashing happens, and even the LGBT community can be very dismissive of bisexual people. So I think once you think about sexuality as being a spectrum, it doesn't have to be half and half for you to be bisexual, you know. It's a spectrum, and wherever you lie on it, girl, and that's just the tea. Whoever don't like me, kiss your ass, bitch. If you know who you are, stand up in it. That's it. Don't worry about what the rest of you hoes thinking. How do you deal with the crazy comments on social media? Well, I think y'all noticed I try to just, you know, graze over the comment section, look sparingly. But after a while of doing this shit, you know that some of these comments, they come with the territory. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm doing what I love. I'm not gonna complain too much about it. The comments come with the territory. The girls are mad sometimes. It is what it is. It's just, you know, after you do it for so long, you learn not to internalize that shit. But yeah, some of that shit is crazy. Where was the craziest place you've had sex and or oral? Jesus Christ, y'all are gonna make me talk some shit. I was doing some crazy shit in high school. Like, y'all wouldn't even understand. I think one of the craziest places I ever fucked some nigga, like some fucking grown ass nigga I had no business fucking. Like, I was in high school. I think was a Macy's bathroom in somebody's mall in Riviera Beach, Florida, bitch. Was it Riviera or West Palm? I don't know, girl, this shit was crazy. Girl, I mean, I used to have niggas pick me up after school, and we used to go like near some pier or some shit, like near the beach, bitch. And bitch, I used to fuck niggas in their car. Like, I was a mess. Damn, MJ dragged the shit out of me, as I said. She asked, will we ever get a video with you and your siblings? Yeah, if they down for it. I think I might be seeing my brother this month. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, if they down for it, yeah, I'll do it. How do you deal with being black and gay in your family? Do they accept it? I feel like the adults in my family only know a certain amount of my life. And I keep it that way because I don't really want to be fighting some of them right now. Like, I'm not, a lot of my family is very, very, very religious, and I just don't vibe with that. My healthiest relationships with adults in my family, it remains doable because there's certain things we just don't talk about. Now, I don't know, I'm sure that's not a healthy thing, but that's how I do it right now. At this point, I'm a grown ass man, so it's just, they're gonna be mad about it, but I'm still gonna live my motherfucking life. I'm not gonna accept no fucking disrespect. So, I mean, whatever makes you comfortable, if your imaginary man in the sky makes you feel safe, that's fine. Just don't bring that bullshit over here. Adrian, I have a question. How do you stay motivated? I'm in a situation where I feel stagnant and that my life isn't progressing or turning out the way I thought it would. I often feel disappointed and sad at where I am in life. I feel like at my age, 24, I should have done more by now, but I've accomplished nothing. I try to think positively, but it's very hard. Can you give me some advice? I think that when you really sit down and think about what is bothering you, you have to, is it you yourself or is it pressure from outside? Because when you really sit and think about the fact that your ass is able to type that fucking sentence girl, like, there are people on this earth who don't have access to information. There are people who didn't even make it to the age of 24, you know? And here you are. So I think that you have to take a moment to pause and put things into perspective. And it's easier said than done, is because I don't know what it is about our nature, but we tend to notice the negative before we, you know, even about ourselves, before we celebrate the positives. So I think that if you focus on the fact that, hey, I'm breathing, I'm living, and just find a way, whatever it is, to get to happiness and to whatever it is that makes you feel content. People have started companies in their 50s and 60s and shit. People have created their greatest masterpiece later in their lives. You know, what I am trying to do, which is so difficult because we have grown up in a results-based society. We've grown up in a goal-oriented society. What I'm trying to do now, which is so hard, is to think about life as a journey versus some big destination that we get to. And I think once you do that, it'll be easier to sit down and figure out what you want. Also, it will be easier to stop trying to live up to all these people who, as I said, everything costs something. So what do you want to give up for what you trying to get? I think once you feel like that, just try and do your best to center yourself, know who you are so you can take the next step. That's it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it, bitch, because a lot of people have rushed their lives, they've rushed their project, they've rushed their efforts, and it all came crashing down. Solidify yourself and who you are. That sounds like some new age shit, but I promise you, like, it will be a little easier to go through life if you think about it like that. Adrian, are internships really that important in college for landing a job, and do you think a master's degree is worth it? I'm 19 and an English major with a concentration in creative writing. Sadly, oh my God, this is so, I did a couple of internships, and now I'm working for my goddamn self. But I mean, I still think they're bullshit, but sadly, I think in certain industries they are necessary, and I hate that they are. I hate it because I don't think anyone should be fucking working for free while y'all, I don't think that shit, like, you should pay these hoes. But either way, yeah, I think in certain industries, sadly, they are important. And now as for master's degree, I think you have to sit down and figure out what you want to do, because I got mine, because I mean, I knew I was getting mine. It's just, it was, I don't know if it was a Jamaican in me or outside of me, but I mean, that was an automatic thing for me. It wasn't even like a debate or a discussion. I knew I was getting mine, but you might be different. if your career or what you want to do, you'll be allowed to do it without getting a master's degree, I would say fucking do it without it, because that debt is something serious, sis. You know, I know that's not much of an answer, but you really have to sit down and figure out what you want to do, which direction at least which direction you want to go in. But I would say, yeah, in certain industries, sadly, these internships are fucking important. This is a good way to end it. What is the craziest time you had with Justin J? There were a few crazy ass times. My God, but there was one time we went to Panama City Beach, and I don't know, I was at the club, and apparently I was like so fucking drunk I wasn't remembering what the fuck was going on. Apparently he told me he was gonna come back for my ass, and I didn't fucking realize the shit. We were in Panama City Beach, we were at this gay club. He had apparently told my drunk ass that he was coming back for me after dropping somebody off, and I didn't know that. So when I came to, bitch, I was like, girl, where the fuck is Justin ass? I'm in this fucking club by myself, girl, in Panama City Beach, I don't know what the fuck going on. Girl, I tried to call him. I think I tried to call him, I'm not sure. I probably didn't, because he was anyway, I don't know. Somehow I ended up back at the hotel because I said, girl, I'm calling a taxi or something, and I'm getting my ass home. And that shit could have ended so fucking badly, but you know, he was around the city looking for my ass. I mean, he was looking for me. And then like all night he was worried as fuck, nervous. I think he might have been calling me, but I was asleep at the hotel by that time. He came back to the hotel, I was fucking there, asleep, knocked the fuck out. He said he was mad. Cause he thought something had happened to me for real. So he said he was mad, but above all that, he was happy that I was okay, but he was mad. So yeah, I had a lot of fun answering you guys' questions. Hopefully it gave you some insight, maybe some encouragement. And I'll see y'all next time for the next dragging. Have a good goddamn evening.